Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 36 of Divine F.M. This week I have a special guest, my best friend forever, Hunter Wall.
Hi everyone.
Should I introduce you or do you want to introduce yourself?
I'd like for you to introduce me.
Okay, so me and Hunter have been best friends since elementary school, third grade, fourth grade? And we have we're like brother and sister, like we have spent so much time together. And we have yet to get sick of each other. And so I feel very grateful to have him in my life. And we're always goofy and gaffing together, and it's never a dull moment whenever we're together. We have some crazy freaky stories, and I feel like he's one of those people who I'm able to let my inner child come out comfortably, and it just is like the most vulnerable type of friendship that there is, basically. And I'm very grateful to have it.
I really appreciate that. I'm very, very excited to be on your show. I'm glad that you asked me to be here.
Yeah, I'm honored.
I'm currently packing a bowl. Can I say that on here?
Yes,
okay,
of course.
Yes, I'm currently packing a bowl for our, as we start the podcast episode, and I'm really looking forward to see what we reminisce on and what we talk about and how it all turns out. Yeah.
Yay.
Let's get it started.
So, this week, the topic I wanted to talk about was letting go and detaching from once was. I feel as though the energy in the air recently has just been of change, and a lot of it can be super scary, and it brings out a lot of insecurities and just shadows of ourselves, that feel not the greatest. It hits our confidence and our egos, and it makes us really have to reflect on our lives and where to go from here. Making big decisions and having to set goals for ourselves that we have to rely on self-discipline and stuff to get ourselves through it, and adulting is just hard.
Yeah, very. I'm in the thick of it right now. I just graduated college, and I'm still looking for a job, and I'm still really not entirely sure what it is I want to do, so I think it's good to be graceful with yourself a little bit and be mindful of the things that you're getting yourself into and appreciate the things you're getting yourself into and letting yourself find the time to, get into those activities or get into those hobbies and occupations, whatever it might be. Yeah,
what are some hobbies that you've been doing recently?
Wow, on the spot. Some hobbies, I've been going to the gym recently. That's something. I've been going running recently.
Yes. I'm literally so proud of you. I was gardening.
Oh, true.
Dude, I'm
yes.
I was blown away when you told me that you had all of this back here and you did it yourself. You knew all about it. I was like, oh my god. But yes, the gym is fucked.
Yeah, true. But I'll get into the gardening. It's very fun. But I haven't gone to the gym, and I've been running. I've been doing couch to 5K.
What gym do you go to?
I go to Planet Fitness. Shout out Planet Fitness. Off Culebra.
Have you been to Crunch Fitness before?
I've not been to Crunch Fitness. Their membership is $35 a month.
What the hell? I thought it was 5 something. I thought that was the whole thing about Crunch.
5 something?
What the hell? Yes!
I must have been looking at the wrong Crunch, honestly.
Okay, never mind. Because I've been thinking about changing gyms. But also, if I move out, when if I move into an apartment that has a gym?
You won't need no
I don't know. I have to just break up with Gold's Gym, honestly. It's time. I've been literally going to all the Gold Gyms except the one that I usually go to just because, I have to take advantage of the pass while I have it.
Yeah.
I might cancel it before October.
No, see, you go to different ones just because your pass allows you to?
Well, because I usually have, low-key gym anxiety, but just because I'm, kind of antisocial, and so when I go to the gym, I'm always, alone, and I'm just comfortable at the gym I've always gone to. It's a smaller Gold's Gym, and
yeah.
But recently it's gotten more packed because 2 freaking Gold's Gyms, that were, the Lock Hill Selma one, and then the one by, the Kohl's and all
Bender
that.
Point.
Yeah, those both got closed down, and I was like, holy shit. And so a bunch of people started going to my gym, and I was like, ugh. It's literally with so little machines, it's already just kind of I just wanted a change of pace too, and putting myself in I would consider an uncomfortable position, lifting weights in front of new people that I don't know, and bruh, the Culebra Gold's Gym is insane. It's so huge, and
the one inside the loop. Oh yeah, that's the only one I'm thinking. Yeah,
one it's by Fajita Express.
Yeah.
Bruh, I really want to get a swimsuit and cap and goggles and go and start swimming laps.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that on the pool. There's no pool at the Planet Fitness I go to, but
really?
No, none. And I went to the one today on Bandera. Huge. I mean, in Leon Valley. Absolutely massive.
I used to go to.
And it's really nice. Yeah, really, really nice. Actually, I went with Courtney today. We can move on from the gym talk because I'm just a baby gymmer.
No, I love that. Like, we literally were talking in the pool about, like, the fact that you want to start going to the gym, and I was so excited. I literally, like, put you in my plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start running with Hunter. Like, I wanted to get you into it because it's, like, literally been so life-changing for me, and, like, my confidence and, like, just how I feel, you know?
You know, that's why I'm smacking this kid off.
Really both smacking them off of each other.
No, yeah, I was like, cool, but I forgot we had gone swimming that one time. But yeah, no.
We were all wrestling as fuck.
I was destroying you. I won in the end.
I let you win.
Let me think. Besides the gym, yeah, I've also been gardening recently.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me about that.
Yeah, we're outside, by the way, but I'm sure you can hear the sprinklers and
And the nature.
the nature sounds. But yeah, can you tell me like all of your plants that you have out here?
Yeah, right now we have. I mean, right here we have a a little walk down going into our yard from our porch. And we have 2 grapes growing. There's some white grapes, so they're red grapes. This one's taking off. This one's not doing too well.
They're so pretty. Oh yeah, that one's turning a little like. Is it yellow or white?
White. Or what do you? Yeah, sorry, white.
The color that's turning. I can tell with like the above like yellow lighting, you know.
Oh, the leaves are turning yellow. My bad. That's even grapes. Yeah, no, the leaves are turning yellow. I don't know why. And then back there, me and my dad just planted some Prides of Barbados and a Mexican Birds of Paradise.
Heck yeah.
Very excited about that. We have basil, we have cherry tomatoes, we have some jalapenos. We have thyme growing. Lots of our fruits and veggies. I mean, no fruits. Actually, we do have watermelon.
Oh, dude.
We had some watermelon grow. That was awesome.
I can't wait to see how that comes about.
They came about. They're gone. Yeah, season done. But yes, we got going back here. Then we
Like you already harvested it? What do you mean?
We already harvested it. Yeah.
Wait, when? I thought you said you planted it.
No. We planted. Oh, yeah, sorry, the new ones. My bad. I was talking about the ones my mom and dad just grew.
Oh, but so they can successfully grow watermelon.
They can, but they were tiny.
Yeah.
They're like this big.
Yeah.
Like maybe imagine like the size of like a volleyball, but like that.
Was it good?
One of them was rotten, and one of them was like sweet.
Hey, they grew it.
Yeah, true. That's what I'm saying. Like
That's fuck.
That's from the earth, by the way.
That is from literally the earth.
Mm-hmm.
In their backyard.
In their backyard.
Their blood, sweat, and tears.
It's all back here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so gardening has been very, very fun. It's nice to get outside. I forget this Texas heat, honestly, but coming back from Philly, I actually appreciate Texas heat because the humidity up there is ridiculous. It's been humid the past couple of days, I guess, but normally it's not too bad up down here compared to Philly.
Also, side note, you guys should know some credentials about Hunter too. Like, I want you to tell me about your experiences too because I also want to hear about it. But I want to know what college you went to, what your major was, like, so I don't know, just like some highlights, about like your experience. And then also Hunter freaking traveled the world. Like he has been traveling the world his whole life, and he's also been into some trouble in between. So
it's all about coming back.
Yeah. It's all about coming back. No, you've always been here. You just kind of you had your little bad boy side.
Yeah, no, I had to rebel once, and that ended absolutely horrifically. But it all came back, and I think that was honestly like a blessing in disguise. It was like meant to be.
Yeah.
It allowed me to really do what I wanted to, I think, and get me where I wanted to be.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. But
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever you're ready.
Where should I start?
Okay, so what school did you go to? What was your major?
You want to start college?
Huh?
Yeah, I can start college. Yeah, sure. I was talking about graduating, so I just recently graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. I graduated from the School of Arts and Sciences my major was Health and Societies, the concentration.
Okay.
In Health Policy and Law. Shout out to all my humanities majors out there. Y'all are also doing equally important work and meaningful stuff.
Heck yeah.
And I minored in history and legal studies. So a lot of reading, lots and lots of reading.
We love an educated man.
No, yeah, it's very well. Depending on who you ask, you either consider all those things either like a useless degree, but I appreciated every moment of it, and all my professors were amazing that I had. All the classes I took were insightful in many, many ways, and I think every single one of them definitely pushed me in the direction I want to go to. I want to go into health policy. Very.
Do you have like any particular dream career, dream job, or just like the kind of route that you ideally would love to take if like there was a position out there for you right now?
I mean, if there's a position out there for me right now, I'd take literally anything because I don't have a job.
No. Like, Something like ideal that you would actually want to do that would fulfill you, you know?
I would really like to do something community health related. Some sort of initiative or like community health advocate with a nonprofit or maybe community health partner with an established organization that like is in charge of, you know, liaisoning with the community and you know, building a relationship and, you know, preferably something health wise. I would love to get into that, you know, right now.
I need to look on Eventbrite.
I was on there.
Did you see anything with
Nothing.
University Health?
Nothing,
I'm
bro.
on the Aspie like newsletter thing, and so they always have things about University Health. But no,
Bitch.
sorry,
Tell me, bitch.
sorry guys. Oh, sorry, I got excited.
Did you hit that?
No, I put it there for you.
Oh, okay.
This freaking shovel, I'm put it on the ground, and just in case I hit the freaking
That's a
table
trowel.
again. Oh, okay. The trowel. Wait, what do you mean trowel?
Small shovel to trowel.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You're so smart for me, sir.
Oh, sorry, yeah, we got off track. But yes, that was you know, that's what I would like to do, ultimately, and like that's, you know, very related to what I did in college and like things I studied in college. Definitely, I was like very focused on like health policy. My senior thesis was in health policy and legislation directly. That was ultimately what I'd like to do, is like maybe go into like legislation. I really want to go to law school. I know throughout my life I have been all over the world all over the
I mean, yeah, that
that's
too.
True, that's true. You brought that up. But,
We'll circle back to that. We'll circle back to that.
all over the place with what I wanted to be, with like med school, dental school, with law school.
Literally, Hunter used for like, I don't know how long it was. Like, was it years, months that you were saying that? Were you actually going to school to be a cardiothoracic surgeon?
No, I wasn't going to school. I wanted to go to school
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, no, 100%. Like,
100%.
I was like super addicted to like medical dramas and
I was literally gonna ask you, but I didn't want you to be like, "What the fuck?" No, of course I would not go for that reason. But just for like Grey's Anatomy and stuff.
I mean, I liked Grey's Anatomy, yeah.
Like-
But like that wasn't like. I mean, yeah, I did like Grey's Anatomy. Like, I wanted to like after like season like 15, like, and like,
Stop. It's okay.
But that was a huge reason. There was no doctors in my family, or you know, cardiothoracic surgeons. So I thought that was like really, really cool.
You've also just been very like kind and selfless and wanted to help people too. So like it makes sense.
I appreciate that you can see that
Yeah.
as a reason. I obviously could not articulate that, but yes, I wanted to do that for a long time, and then you know I went to health careers high school for 2 years, and like I was pretty sure I wanted to go to the health field then. And you know, at that point in time, I really kind of started pivoting to like maybe wanting to be a dentist. I feel like whenever I got
can imagine you as a dentist.
yeah, I really wanted to do that. The idea of dentistry sounded fun. I had like braces for like 5.5 years, and I got really close to my orthopedist. Yeah, and he was also my dentist, and like the whole entire team there, and like it made me fall in love with like dentistry, and like I was like, you know, very involved with the clinic, and like I would like try to talk to them as much as I could about things, and, like let them know I wanted to go to dental school. And then you know I left health careers. No, I didn't leave health careers. This is a little bit of trouble I got
Do you want to go into it?
We can definitely go into it. Yeah, no, I'm very.
Okay, I mean, if you want to.
I mean, for sure. I think it's very on brand with.
It definitely
with,
is like a core memory, I feel like, to your story and like what
For sure.
has driven you a bit.
And I think it's really relating to like, you know, the topic of today, like
Yeah,
changing your mind and like letting yourself,
literally.
like, you know, forgetting, or not even forgetting, but like embracing that past and
Yeah, being able to like hold accountability for it, but let go.
yeah,
you know,
exactly,
move
letting
on.
go. But like, yeah, so I mean, my sophomore year, I was absolutely stupid, and I stole a test from a teacher who was like very, 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 very close to me. Like we had a very good relationship, Miss Hernandez, you know, I'll say her name, and you know, I felt very bad about that whole situation. I still feel very bad about the whole situation, and
You were
like
just
I took
under
advantage.
so much stress, like tremendous amount of stress. Like
I was going through a lot, and like the school
Yeah.
was like a little different. I mean, the school was very difficult for me at the time.
people do crazy things whenever they're stressed out.
Yeah, but I mean, more than, you know, not even that. Like, I took advantage of like a teacher who like had
Yeah.
become very close to me, and like that's ultimately what it came down to. And like, you know, I take accountability for that.
Accountability king, literally.
And yeah, you know, like I could go to school for that. I went to alternative school for like 6 weeks. It's funny to think about like 6 weeks. We had 6 weeks.
What is
in
it like in alternative school?
Alternative school. I met some of the most caring individuals
Oh, really?
and loyal people.
Aww.
And incredible educators, 100%.
Wow, I really missed out, huh?
No, people would say that, and like, you know, like my mom was an alternative school teacher, which made going to alternative school so much worse because she was like, "What the fuck?" But people, she used to always say like that students would like purposely get on trouble so they could go back.
Really?
Because they're like, "You're so nice, Mr. Ball." They had to tell my
What
mom
the-
like, "You have to stop being nice, Rachel." Like,
Wow. What the heck? Okay, next life I have to mental note to like be one of those kids who go to alternative
no,
school.
don't go to alternative school. You don't go to alternative school because like
See,
even
another
though
life,
like,
another life. I'll have other reasons for doing so.
true, but
Like,
even
real no.
though you know the educators were fantastic and like really dedicated, and the students, a lot of the students were very, very, very friendly, and you know, and their personalities were very commending. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there was still like a lot of stuff that went on behind that, like a lot of nuance and like going to alternative school, and, like a lot of shit the teachers do have to put up with, like the administrators do have to put up with, because you know there are students who are like are very agitated or like are very like, you know, uninterested in learning.
Do they project on the kids?
The adults,
Yeah.
no, I still think the adults did a very fantastic job at
Oh,
like
okay.
maintaining like that respect and like doing their best to like help the student, but like the student obviously had come from like the students, you know, the ones who, you
Yeah.
know, they had come from like backgrounds or like situations that like, you know, were no fault of their own and like had ended up in a situation or like their current scenario.
Yeah.
It's all about lived experience, you know, and like perspective, and like that was just the way they were expressing how they felt, you know, their emotions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and so, you know, they had put up a lot of stuff. So I would not recommend going to alternative school, because one thing I saw with fights, and like, you know, we saw fights at Stevenson. Like, there was no fights at health careers. Like, all those kids went to like fucking basis.
Dude, I actually walked into a fight once at O'Connor. It was crazy. The
Yeah.
people my age, I'm like, what the?
Yeah, there were, but, and there were a couple fights at Harlan, I think, but I went to Harlan after alternative school. But I will give them credit. Those kids at alternative school could fight. And they could fucking take it. I mean, like, they were really going at it multiple
God, but,
multiple
like-
times. I mean, yeah, once again, like, it's not something to...
Yeah, I'm like, what causes
Celebrate.
someone to like, yeah.
But back then, we weren't allowed phones in high school or anything like that. But, I would have had some, like, I mean, those
In
kids
high school,
were...
like in health careers or alternative school?
Alternative school,
Yeah.
those kids could fucking throw down and brawl. I mean,
Throw down and brawl.
Mhm.
How often did you see like them brawling?
once... I don't know, like a couple times, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh
Times a
my
week.
god! Wait, that's a tremendous amount of time. You're there for 6 weeks.
Yeah, there's not very many students. Yeah,
Jesus.
True.
Oh
So lots
my
of fights.
God. I love your sweatpants, by the way.
Thank you. These are the women's sweatpants from Target.
Oh my god! I just went to Target yesterday and bought a pair of sweatpants. Are you kidding me? I
Yeah.
didn't see that color. I only saw gray and black.
Yeah, I got them a while ago. Yeah,
I wish I had them.
they're awesome. I like the way they're cuffed at the bottom.
Dude, yeah, that's literally why I love them so much. And the color is amazing.
Well, I don't normally like cuffed ones, but these
They fit you awesome.
I do like these. Yeah, they're very, very open.
They complement your skin tone too.
Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you. My
You're like olive.
I appreciate that. I don't know if I would say I'm olive, but I reserve that right for my Middle Eastern sisters and brothers. No, I'm kidding. There could be other people that are olive skinned, but I just don't think I am. But
I just mean like sun kissed, you know?
no, I know. Oh yeah, no, true. I've spent a lot of time in the sun this summer. A lot of time in the sun this summer. But yeah, anyways, going back to alternative school, like, you know, it's a very. I thought then, you know, my life was over. Like, I was like super sure, like, I was done. Like, I gone to alternative school. Like, you know, I was gonna go to alternative school and get it off my record. Like, that was like, I guess, kind of how it worked. Like, it wasn't gonna be shown up anywhere. But a very important backstory, like, going to alternative school that was like very stressful to me was my like really amazing friend Scout, one of my best friends in life, who I met at health careers. She ended up moving after our sophomore year too. You know, I went to alternative school, and she went to she moved abroad, but she went on a program called United World College, and it's, you know, this program all around the world. They have one for every single country, a national committee, and they basically send students to different colleges, high schools, to do the IB across the world to like gain intercultural knowledge and like education and experience, and like, you know, gain better understanding of like political affairs, and, you know, honestly just to connect with like people who are very different from you.
Mm-hmm.
And she went to one in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and, you know, she had a story about that, and like she ended up moving. And she ended up going to Wales, you know, in the United Kingdom, and Wales in England, and she had an amazing time, and I really wanted to do that program if she got accepted. Because whenever she got accepted, I was like, well, that sounds crazy because they pay for everything. The school they pay for everything. So I was like, that's insane. So whenever she got accepted and she had an amazing time at her second school, I was like, holy crap, I really want to go do this. But in order to apply to that, you need a recommendation from your school counselor. And I was in the alternative school when the application was due. So that was a very stressful thing to overcome because I really thought by that point my life was done. I was like, okay, I definitely can't go to this program. I'm on an alternative school. I was like, I'm just so defeated, this crap. And after a couple of days of alternative school, I remember I was like, my dad always says the answer's always no if you don't ask.
Yeah.
And even though I was like, this is probably not going to work, I went to my counselor at alternative school and I was like, I explained to her my situation. She was absolutely phenomenal, and I can't remember her name, and I hate that I don't remember her name. But she was very real with me, and she's like, listen, I'd love to write a recommendation for you. You're very obviously a good student who just did something incredibly fucking stupid because I had straight A's always, never got I never always had A's.
I've always been a very, very studious person.
Yeah, I was very involved in my schools like that.
Yeah.
So it was just something I did that was very fucking stupid. But anyways, she was like, but I'm not going to remove my stamp. And at the bottom, how they sign off, her stamp said alternative school. And I was sure they were going to know what that meant because the American National Committee was based in the United States, obviously. And they're in New Mexico, and I was like, hey, they're going to know what alternative school is. And we, after whatever amount of time, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I had ended up leaving alternative school early, 15 days early. My sentence reduced. Because I did really good at school, and very respectful, and I was always on time, and all this yada yada yada. And whenever I was leaving, she pulled me aside and let me know that she wrote my recommendation letter, and that she had taken off her stamp.
Oh my god.
Queen,
Queen.
So it didn't say alternative school counselor on it. I was very appreciative of that.
Yeah.
So I started to feel a little bit better about the whole situation. And applying, I went to Harlan after that for a year, and I had an amazing time at Harlan, and I met my best friend, when I was best friends again, Alicia, literally had an amazing time at Harlan. The 1 year I was there, I met some really amazing international students, my friend Luke and Pavo and Paul.
Oh my god, yeah!
Yeah, and Katya.
Oh my god,
Alvaro.
Pavo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Alvaro too, and they were so freaking amazing. They made my junior year, and it made me excited to want to go abroad, and then
yes, we also need to dip into that.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Yeah.
And to just hurry up the story,
No.
Oh.
Not to hurry you up.
Oh.
I just wanted to remind you.
Oh no,
myself.
yeah. Well, I just feel I don't want to go on a tangent too often, but then I started to get to the later rounds.
That's what podcasts are for.
Huh?
That's what podcasts are for.
No,
is to chat
tangents.
away.
Yeah.
Also, can I just ask, when I said that, was that offensive what I said?
No. I was totally just giving you a hard time.
Okay, I was like, oh no, wait.
No.
I didn't know.
No, I was totally giving you a hard time.
Okay, good. I was really stressed out about it.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
And then I started getting into the later. I'd write an application for the interview, my recommendations, and then I had an interview online with a student at the school and an alumni and a professor at the school with another student, and then I had another round of interviews, I think, and then I had to go in person to the United World College, United States, in New Mexico. It's called Arm & Hammer, and for a weekend in February of my junior year, for the final round interview to see if I would go to abroad. And by this point I had been feeling very confident in myself until I'd gotten there, because all the students who had made it to the final round, not all of us were gonna get in, there was 50 students.
Yeah.
All of them were absolutely phenomenal. It's upsetting that there's not enough. I understand why there's not enough space. It's funded by people, but it was every student obviously they all deserve to go. They made it that far. They flew out there. They made the effort. They obviously had the right mindset. They just can't choose the amount of people they can, and that's unfortunate. But that's when I started feeling not confident myself. Because if anybody were to ask me who do you think's not going to make it, I would have been I don't know, me.
Yeah.
That's how I felt in the moment.
Understandable though. There's so much pressure involved, and you just have to. You have always overcome that though. You are so capable.
Thank you, Abby.
So smart. Literally, you're
But it was a moment where I wasn't confident in myself just because there were so many students that were phenomenal kids, all the 15, 16-year-olds. And the final night we were there, we did team building activities. It was really fun. They wanted to see how you interact with other people, different people, what you thought of it. We went on a hike. We did a whole bunch of stuff. And we did a simulation where this side always lies and this always tells the truth, how stuff like that. Conflict negotiation, blah blah And then in the end, we had to like rank the 18 schools. There are 18 schools worldwide, and you rank them 1 through 18. There's also an option to say like, like I don't want to go to this one. Like my parents wouldn't allow me to go to this one. And I ranked all the schools that I could. That's one I didn't rank. My mom and dad didn't. I don't want to go to Bosnia and Herzegovina because my friend Scout had a bad time there.
Yeah.
So I didn't put that one down. And also the one in Eswatini, just because my mom and dad at the time I was 16, like I would have loved to go to Eswatini. There was a civil war there recently, so like it's good to think about that or the war. But I would have loved to have gone there and like put that on my list. When my mom and dad wouldn't have let me, and I was like 16, so or 17. There's no point arguing with them.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to throw away the opportunities. So I ranked all the other schools, and I had put Robert Bosch, which was in Germany, as my number one. My number two, Atlantic was number one. Because that's where Scout was. I wanted to spend it's a 2-year program, so I would have been a first year, and she would have spent her second year there at the same time as me. For number 2, I put Robert Bosch, which was in Germany. For number 3, I put the one in Norway. That's Red Cross Nordic. For number 4, I put Adriatic, which is in Italy. And for number 5, I had put, I really wanted to go to Europe at this point in time. I had put, I don't even remember this one. It was somewhere in maybe Costa Rica. And I remember at the very last second, like before the Google form was due, there were like 30 seconds left. I was like, holy fuck, like I really want to go to Asia, actually. Like I think that'd be a really awesome opportunity. It'd be super adventurous. Like that's very out of my comfort zone. Like this is what this program is for, getting out of your comfort zone. And I was like, F it. So I switched my number 4. Because like, you're not, there's no like, oh, we liked Abby the best. Like we're going to give Abby her first choice. It's like, who do we think's going to fit where? And like, but they want to make sure like that you're okay with going to this location. They do a pairing system. And then I had put Thailand, and I had switched it for Italy. And time went by, and I was like stressed about it. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna call you back in like 2 months or whatever, or a month, or whatever." And time went on. We got emails like, "Oh, sorry, we have to delay this. Like, we're gonna call you next week." And then finally, I remember getting a call from a teacher. I remember her name was like Rebecca or Rachel, something like that. And she had told me I got accepted, and that was being sent to Thailand.
Oh my god.
And I was so happy to be going to Thailand, because like my tuition was gonna be paid for. Like I was gonna pay for my flights, but like everything else was gonna be paid for, like room, board, food. And it's like that felt like such an amazing opportunity.
Bruh, you have no idea that you have. I'm so proud that happened. Oh my god, you remember the freaking party that we had?
I do. You threw at your house for me.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's crazy.
You threw a party for me, and I really appreciate that. It was an awesome time.
Well, it was so sad too, like knowing that you were gonna be gone for 2 years. Like,
it was sad. I was gonna come back
like
in between
every day together.
Yeah, and I was gonna come back. I was definitely for Christmas and.
But you always came back.
The summer, that, until COVID hit, but.
And I was always so like happy for you and proud of you, and like you had so much fun.
And I was very, very grateful for that opportunity and all the support I had, back here, and like. It was an awesome program getting to go. It was like, the most awesome 2 years of my entire life. Like, my mom and, stay on topic, the conversation, like, of the podcast, like, I wanted to say, like, that was very, like, that was like a rebirth for me, because, like, I had gone through, like, elementary school, middle school, high school, up until sophomore year, like, amazing grades, like, I was very involved in school, like, I consider myself to be, like, a very good student, like, I was on sports teams and all this stuff. And then I had, like, totally derailed myself, like...
Literally, I don't think you even... I don't know if I'm just jaded because I've known you my whole life and I just, like, think very highly of you. But, like, whenever you told me what happened, like, I didn't even, like, see it. I'm just like, bruh, like, I have been under so much stress. I've never done that. But, like, I've considered doing crazy shit. Like, like,
everyone cheats in high school,
like... yeah, everyone cheats. But, like, I do have a guilty conscience, but like
For
I also
sure.
am just like, bro, you're like one of the most intelligent people I've ever known. Like, especially like being alongside you, like my whole life. Like I didn't really even care. Like you always take accountability for what's going on. Like,
I know, and a lot of people.
Responsible. And so like I only see it as something that like I'm just can't be more proud to like call you my best friend because like you so gracefully like went through that whole situation and you just like took it for what it freaking was. And then you, like, literally blossomed. And, like, literally just came out of nowhere, bruh.
For the after, but the during was really hard on me, really hard on my family, especially because, like, my mom was an alternative school teacher, and, like, I had gotten expelled, and, like, it was this whole entire thing. It was very, 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 very dramatic. Not dramatic, it was very, very, very traumatic.
Yeah.
For my family, and, like, I didn't talk to my parents for months, and, like, also, like, I went to Germany and, like, Poland, like, for a month after that, like, after I got expelled, because I was going, like, on a program with my local Jewish community center. at the time where like we were gonna learn about the Holocaust, and shout out True San Antonio JCC, Ronit and Shami and Chris.
God, your memory.
Yeah, the organizer there, and Juanita.
Can you help me study with my flashcards? You'll help me.
Maybe there's a better way to study than flashcards. We can figure that out.
Really?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah, please help me.
But yes, I went on that program. Like, I wasn't talking about all during that, and like, it was very tense when I got back, and like, I was obviously grounded, like in trouble. I was allowed to go to work and come back and stuff like that, like tennis. And this whole thing, and like, it took a lot of rebuilding for me and my family to like, get back to where we were. Like, it honestly took me getting into TWC to like, for my parents to be like, oh, okay, well, he didn't fuck up entirely, which is totally fair, Like, I also thought like, damn, this is doomed. Like, I'm gonna go to, I mean, not that it was doomed, but like, I'd always wanted to go to an Ivy League, and like, I'd always wanted to leave Texas, and I was like, I'm just gonna, like, my motivation was entirely down. Like, I was gonna go to UTSA, and like, once again, like, there's nothing wrong with UTSA,
but like, whenever your dream is something like much bigger, like, you've always dreamed big, and so like, I get it. Like, I also dreamed big, and I literally am like, I still feel a lot of shame for not like achieving those dreams. I still will. I'm reaching the step to where I'll be able to put myself there. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do know what you mean.
It's totally understandable. Like,
but you should be happy, and everyone should be happy for just getting to college and university, or like whatever. Not even that, like 100%. Whatever it is they do. Like, if they find meaning and happiness, like, you should be happy, and like ultimately that was it. But like for me, I just didn't want to be in San Antonio. Like, I didn't want to be in Texas. Like, I like just wanted to move abroad so bad, and like I'd want to do so much stuff. So like, or not abroad, like even just out of Texas, and like so that having the opportunity really changed my life, and like my family's perception of that, and like my perception of me, like, I was finally able to let go, of like what I had done, and like the consequences of such, and like it didn't mean I forgot. Yeah. And I didn't forget about it, and like I didn't like lose that accountability factor, but like I was able to like understand like that it had happened, and like I affected myself, other people were affected, and like I still feel remorse and like sorry for them, but like I had to like let myself emotionally detach from that. And not even detach from it entirely, but like at least the parts of it that were like holding me back, or like myself, my perception of myself. Yourself. Yeah, exactly. Like I was thinking very poorly of myself because of that, and like I was able to like let that part of it go.
It's literally so hard to get out of that mindset too, especially when you're like on the opposite end. Like whenever you're really being down on yourself and you feel like there's just so many reasons to like feel like shit. It's like, have you seen the movie Soul? Mm-hmm. So that scene whenever they're like in that.
Oh wait, is that the one where the jazz player?
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen it.
Like that scene whenever they're like, those lost souls are like, they're all distracted, you know, and like wandering, like that kind of,
and it's like in total darkness, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's like, it literally feels like that, and like sometimes I fall into that, and like I'm just so grateful for like written affirmations. I have them fucking everywhere, dude. If I did not have those, I would not like, dude. I really heavily rely on stuff like that because it gets hard, like getting out of that. But as I was saying, like you have always been very good and like graceful at like recognizing yourself and like knowing that, like, even though like I totally like, I know I was there for you, and like I saw everything, and I am just like, I don't know, you've always like been very like, you seem like such a stable person even through like your pain, and you've always just been
I appreciate it. What, it's my mom and dad have helped me a lot with that, like even though like I grew up like believing what they believed in a lot of ways, and like I started like even now I don't believe what they believe in, and a lot of different things, but heads all the time, but like they've always been there for me, they've always supported me, like they've always like helped me understand like why taking accountability is important, and like
you have admirable morals.
I do,
sure.
And like, oh, thank you, and like I have matured, like they tell me like why it's very important to like approach things the way I do, and like I always have, and like I was always able to rebound from anything because my mom and dad were there, and like being able to regain their trust, because like once again, like I don't blame them for anything, or like obviously like it's never been their fault, or like even when they were upset with me, like I don't hold anything against them for that. But like their support meant a lot to me. So regaining that and being able to go back to Thailand, when I was going to Thailand, meant a lot. Yeah. Even though actually at first they didn't want me to go, because they're like, "Ooh, actually we don't want you to go to Thailand either." And I was like, "Oh, the fuck." What the hell? Yeah, no, genuinely. But like they ended up, Wendy Von Brommer, she's a lady in Thailand. She worked at my school, and she called my mom. Yeah, shout out her. She called my mom. She's an American. She called my parents, and she was like, "Listen, like, I would never live somewhere where it's not safe. Like, you can't judge somewhere just based off like what you've seen, like blah blah blah. And my mom and dad, we actually all ended up flying and went to Singapore for a week. They loved it. Went to Thailand, Phuket for a week. They absolutely loved it.
I still need to go.
Yeah, we need to go. I mean,
Yes.
They absolutely loved it, and they were like so excited, and they were like, "Can't wait to see you again." You know, they're gonna come back for my graduation. And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So I ended up going. Like once again, it's phenomenal. I came back that first Christmas. I remember being so homesick after they left too, and like I remember being so excited to come home that first time and like see everybody after being gone for like 6 months. And then I went back to Thailand in January, like after a month, and I stayed until like, well, I left in like May because of COVID. We ended up having COVID, and like Thailand was the second country that got hit by it, and the country was absolutely devastated, economically, and like governmentally.
Is there a mosquito?
Huh?
Is there a mosquito?
I'm not too sure. And on my hand, yeah, and governmentally, and like they faced a lot of like unfortunate consequences and repercussions. A lot of people died, and it was like very, very, very sad, and like. They faced a lot of plights. Like their plight was like they faced a lot of consequence and like a lot of like deadly and unfortunate and like stuff like that. People did it around the world, but Phuket and Thailand did it especially. I feel like, and maybe it's just because I experienced it. I feel like that, but I came home early, and then I went back to Thailand in September, and then that time I ended up staying for 10 months straight. And here I can take it.
I was gonna actually.
Yeah, I'll do it here. 10 months straight. And then, whenever I was in Thailand, especially at UWC, I do feel like I had a very great opportunity because they were very well connected with universities around the world. Especially like the really top tier American universities for...
Can I ask you a favor?
What's up?
Can I pause? I really have to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm scared. I don't want to freaking end it.
Pause button.
Okay, we're back.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I was talking about my school was very well connected, like UWC in general, the program was connected with a lot of American universities. And because of that, like, I feel like the name of the school helped a lot with my application. I mean, I did very well in the IB also. And like my predictive score is very good. I'm gonna make some banging noise real quick, everyone, I'm sorry.
I'm packing a bowl.
Oops. And
At least we warned it.
Yeah.
Them.
No, I let them know. And then because of that, I felt a little more ambitious in applying to like schools like of higher caliber. I said earlier I always wanted to go to Ivy League.
Yeah.
So I applied to Princeton. I applied to Penn. I applied to Cornell. I applied to Brown. And I applied to Columbia. And when college decisions came out, I got into Penn and Brown. I was like super hype. Obviously, and like I was very, very excited to like share that news with like my family and friends. And
Did you do it?
Huh?
Did you do it?
Sure. And I ended up going to Penn. I already talked about that, my major and everything like that. And like I feel like that was also like a huge moment for me. And like up until this point, like going to Thailand and going to Penn, like I was pretty certain like that. I went to UWC and I went to Penn. Like these schools had these like huge names behind them, and like Penn was, ranked very high in a lot of things. Like, they were an Ivy League. Like, they were, like, 8th in the country or something like that. So I was, like, for sure, like, I'm going to get a job out of college. Like, I don't even get stressed about that. And, like, I did internships at, like, through my university. I worked at Target, which I fucking loved.
They also just make it seem like in college, because this is, like, a common tale that, like, it's really hard to find a job, especially if you have, like, a very high-end, like, kind of, yeah. Like, you have had so much experience, like, you would think, that, like, you immediately would find, like, a very good job, and you should,
Well, it's not even the fact that I think I should, it's just, like, the fact that I thought this is how it would be. Yeah. And, like, obviously that turned out not to be the fact. I definitely could have done things a lot differently, like, in terms of, like, putting in the work, like, while in college, like, getting internships that are, like, more tailored to my degree and, like, what I want to do in the future. But, like, I was, like, more infatuated with like doing other things that are like more meaningful, like made me happy.
Exactly,
like made me happy.
Is like
Like I didn't want to do a job. And then after I graduated, like I went on this trip for a little bit, and came back, and like that was July 2nd, and like it's now September 10th, and like I still haven't found employment, and like it's been very, very hard, and like I feel like I'm kind of back in that cycle we were talking about, like where I feel defeated. After I felt defeated, and like I was up on this where I went to Thailand, and then I traveled the world while I was in Thailand. Or I traveled Southeast Asia and Asia itself, And then I went to Penn, and I was still on top of the world, and I felt so good about myself. And I was always in New York, and like even while I was at Penn, I got to go to Norway, I went to Costa Rica, I went to Amsterdam, and like I had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of really awesome opportunities and experiences, and like I learned a lot genuinely. And like now I'm left in I moved back in with my parents, and like there's something move back with your parents. It's like not necessarily the thing I thought I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, I really wanted to stay in Philly. I wanted to live in like Boston. I thought for sure I was gonna go to New York, or not New York. I meant the upper east, northeast.
Yeah.
Or like continue my education. Law school right after college. Actually, I knew I wanted to take a break before I went back to school, but I for sure thought I'd have a job at least.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I'm kind of back in the luck, and I put out so many applications, and I'm always reaching out to people and like trying to find like the next thing. And like right now, I've decided to live at home in San Antonio, and like I'm kind of giving myself that grace. Like I'm gonna live at San Antonio, and like I'm gonna save money living at home. Like I still have a job, obviously, but I'm working on that, and like I'm being patient with myself because I decided like I want to continue my education, and like I want to move to Europe next year.
Yeah.
And like I want to go to school in Germany or Germany or the Netherlands. So I've decided like right now my best route is just be patient, like make money and like hustle. Just hustle this year. Like I'm beginning to get out of that rut of feeling like kind of like shit and like embarrassed, like a failure, and like I know a lot of people are in the very same situation. Like I think we find like some sort of relief and like knowing that we're all going through the same struggle, which like sometimes it's absurd to say.
Yeah.
But like in this situation at least, like I do find a little bit of relief knowing like okay, it's not just me, because you start to get in that mindset of like okay, like am I not good enough? Am I stupid? Like maybe everyone's right, my degree is stupid. Like all this stuff, but no, it's not. I know like everything that's going on right now, but
exactly. Do you feel like you had to kind of grieve that version of yourself that isn't traveling and like having all these experiences, and like now you're kind of more in like a like I don't want to say like a hermit, but like kind of almost, because you're like saying you're like in your grind, kind of like you're hustling, kind of like time of your life where you want to like save up money, and then you have these like intentional travels you want to do, and you have like you still have these like large, big, bold goals that you're going to achieve, But like, do you like what has helped you like you've clearly been able to like get past that rut and like really be able to have that self-motivation to get yourself through. Like I feel like I kind of watched like the very end of it maybe, and like that's why I'm excited to have you on the podcast too, because it's just like
introspect.
Yeah, exactly. And like what like do you tell yourself in your head, like do you have some sort of like ritual or like anything that you could say that has like 100% helped you like just feel better and like help motivate yourself to like continue pursuing those dreams, even though it's like they're kind of a long ways away. There's like a lot of work involved to get there.
Yeah, I mean for sure. I mean first off, it's like I do agree with certain aspect or certain past hunter, but I don't think it's a past hunter that went traveling.
Yeah.
Like having the opportunity to go traveling, like I know we haven't really talked about that still too much, but like all the things I've done, but like I have had the opportunity, like I'm super grateful to like every person and like every organization and like even myself,
even
like
being in college, like going to Penn and all that.
Yeah, in going to Penn, like all the experience I had while going to Penn, like I feel very, very grateful for those, but I don't know if I necessarily grieve that hunter. I think I grieve more so the hunter that thought like things were always going to work out, or not even that. I still am the hunter, more so like I feel like maybe I miss like a more ambitious hunter, and I grieve more ambitious hunter that like was willing to do that, and like I feel like I am regaining like that hunter back into me, or like I definitely grieve a hunter that was like confident. I think that's a better.
And you'll have more wins in the future. Like you'll regain that confidence. Like you just have to like, first believe in yourself. And then it'll just like naturally come. And like you do believe in yourself. It's just like I feel like once you are not around like so much, like just you were just doing so much. You were in a different place and you weren't like just at home, and you weren't just focusing on yourself mostly. It's hard to just like you don't have anyone's outside opinion, like telling you like how to feel or like validating you in any sort of way. But like it's really refreshing to see that like you like I'm like curious, like because I do like written affirmations. Like that's how I get myself out of like nasty feelings of like just talking bad to myself. Like how are you able to consistently like get yourself out of like a negative headspace?
Honestly, like my friend Marco, my roommate, a really dear friend of mine back in Philadelphia, has really helped me. Because like I was like very upset with myself. Like I won't even I felt like very embarrassed. Like admit to people like that I was applying like Panda Express or like a restaurant job.
Yeah.
Like in the meantime, while looking for something, and like he was like, I mean, it's all just a step to like get where we want to be, And like I feel like I've said that to you, like to give credit to Marco. And, like, I feel like that's a very important thing to remember. Like, I'm 23 years old.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing. I know I said I don't grieve that hunter that didn't travel. I do miss that aspect. You know, I love traveling. Like, I know I want to travel. Like, I want to move to Europe next year. You know, get my master's. And obviously travel while I'm there. And stuff like that. And, you know, I just got back off of, like, one of the most amazing 6 weeks of my life where I went to Europe and Africa and Southeast Asia.
Oh my gosh.
And,
yeah.
like, I reconnected with a lot of friends who I went to high school with in Thailand. And, like, I got to see a lot of really amazing things. And I made a lot of really amazing memories with my friend Sabina and my friend Marco while we were in Asia. And it was, like, absolutely, like, some of the best time of my life. I keep saying that, but, like, I somehow have to just keep having the best moments of my life. But,
No, literally, it's so refreshing to hear, like, people being, like, you being happy and, like, literally pursuing these dreams that, like, not a lot of people could say that they've, like, had the opportunity to do, you know, and you're so humble about it, and, like, you're so grateful about it, and, like, I love to hear about it, you know, like,
yeah, I think it's
happiness
important.
just, like, radiates out, like, you fully took advantage of the situation, too, and, like, you're so educated, and, like, I feel like you know so much about, like, things worldwide that, like, I wouldn't know because I wouldn't even, like, think to know, you know, because I just, like, don't know as much as you do, and, like, you've had so many experiences, and I love to learn from you.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, I love talking about it. And, like, you know, UBC helped a lot with, like, a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Like, getting involved in, like, the world, like, you know, what's kind of going on. And, like, you know, I wanted to say also, like, some of the best things about getting to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I feel like what keeps me humble is, like, getting to experience that with other people and, like, understanding that, like, travel is more than... I mean, I know I post online and everything like that, but it's more than that to me. Like, getting to travel with my family to Europe was so much fun. Like,
Yeah.
it meant a lot to me, and, like, it was, like, I guess seeing that joy in my family was, I think it was Courtney's first time in Europe, my mom's first time in Europe. Not my dad's. He lives in Germany for a little bit, but that was really, really awesome. And honestly, I totally forgot, like, what I was responding to.
Like, what keeps you humble?
Oh, yeah,
You know,
what
like,
keep-
your
yeah,
experience
that-
in Thailand.
yeah.
Like, it's more than just a vacation.
Yeah, that, and then, but you had said something else.
Like, I had just asked, like, how do you keep yourself, like my original question was, like, what, like, methods do you use? And, like, you kind of did go into it, like...
Oh, no, I did. I totally
to keep
did.
yourself, like, in a positive state of mind. But, like, no, literally, it is, like, evident that, like, since you've had so many experiences with so many different people, like, it's able to keep yourself humble, basically. Like, you're able to talk to yourself and be so real with yourself, you know, and, like, be that, you know, older brother or whatever that you need to be for yourself to, you know, not rot in your sadness or your despair or whatever you're feeling.
I guess one method, and I totally derail it, and I meant
No,
to
you're
talk
fine.
about
It's
other
literally
like,
what a podcast is for.
No, I know, but, like, one thing I've really, and, like, you know, I know everyone's situation is different, and everyone, like, values different things in life, but, like,
Yeah.
one thing I've really come to understand, like, for myself at least, is, like, your 20s are meant for, like, traveling the world, like, they're meant for, like, seeing new things and experiencing new things, like, there's absolutely nothing else I want to do, and, like, there's nothing else I'm working towards, and, like, I know I'm doing my master's, and, like, I'm really excited for that, but, like, I'm going to Europe, and, like, that's a really big part of it for me, and, like, after I go to Europe, like, I want to go on a 3-month backpacking trip through Asia again. Like, I think I'm going on a solo trip this time, and, like,
Yeah.
I'm already starting to plan that and, like, get into that
You're
and, like,
so
work towards that.
inspiring. I'm like, oh my god.
And I just think it's something that's very doable. You know, I know once again that the situation is very dependent, but for a lot of people out there, I think it's very doable. And, like, I think that a lot of people are scared, and, like, a lot of people they have different they have different values, and I think it's what ultimately comes down to. But I think people need to be a little more free with themselves, understand like they can give back to themselves at a young age. Like, you don't have to wait till you're 60 to retire. Like, I mean, 60 when you retire, like, to go do what you've always wanted to do. Like, I feel like right now is, like, the most important, like, the most agile you're ever going to be, like, the most able you're ever going to be, and, like, it's just, like, the most important time, you know, the most developmental time. I think it's, like, it's what I remember, and, like, that always keeps me. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, bro, you're doing this because, like, you're going to be very, very happy, like, in a year.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be very happy in 2 years. Like, and I would love to work internationally, or, like, you know, when I come back, like, I want to have a good job and, like, work a year or two, and then I want to be able to travel again, like, save up a lot of money, as much money as possible, and, like, just be able to want to do. And, like, I think that keeps me very motivated. Like, that keeps now, and, like, that keeps me, like, very happy. Like, just thinking, like, and, like, you know, I want to move to Europe with my friend Marco. He wants to get his master's too. He wants to get his master's in math or, like, psychology. One of those two. You know, he's very smart. We're going for two completely different things.
Yeah.
But we want to move together. Like, we're going to apply to the same schools. Like, if we get into a school together, we're just going to go to that one. Like, we're going to be roommates in Europe. Like, we're both very excited. Right now, he's a math teacher at a high school in Philadelphia.
so cool.
So he's already making that bread. He's living at home too, but like we're gonna like call soon, like talk about that. And, like that also keeps me super excited. Like once again, I'm gonna get to experience something completely new with like one of my best friends, and like I think that is gonna be in and of itself like
dude,
a
heck
totally new thing. Like,
dude,
because like I got to meet Marco at a time in my life when I already felt like I was 20 years old. Like I felt like I was a lot more mature. Like I feel like I had like developed understanding. Like Marco's helped me through a lot of things. Like he knows a lot of things about me. He knows more about me than I probably know. Like so like it'll be super fun to like get to do this. And I cannot wait to like share that with him. So I think that's something also that like keeps me motivated. Like we're literally gonna start a plan to school soon.
Bro,
so
yes,
that's something I'm not excited about. But like
it's okay. You need to motivate me too, so I can start doing some stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Like
we're gonna get you that English degree.
Yes, I need to.
And then we're gonna make you a plumber.
Yeah, low key. I don't talk about my job that much on the podcast. I like don't even know what to say. I'm like,
why not? You should talk about it. Let's talk about it here. I'll ask you a question. We can flip the script.
well, okay. Let me just say one thing before we do that, because not to totally make it about me, but
totally.
It's crazy because I was literally thinking about, because I do feel like very fulfilled, but hearing you and like your opinion about traveling and like our 20s, like you're so right too. Like I fully agree with that, and it almost makes me like feel like holy shit, like I don't know, like I don't desire to like travel worldwide, at least not now. Like I'm very like I don't know. I definitely haven't gone out enough. That's literally my problem. I haven't even ventured out to like downtown San Antonio enough. I like really desire to like. I haven't even told you about this yet, but I guess we'll on the podcast because we're so deep into it now. Like whoever's listening are like the real ones.
Yeah, genuinely.
But I really want to get like a studio apartment downtown and like really just I don't know, get to know the city, and like I feel like that will help me get out of my comfort zone when it comes to like literally living in the fucking. Is this a suburb where we live?
Yeah, definitely.
Like I'm so incredibly sheltered. It's
we're
really
this isn't even San Antonio.
It makes me feel embarrassed almost. I'm like, oh my god, like
why?
Because I just have had experiences where like I feel very humbled. Like some things that I experience in my day-to-day life are like not like normal conveniences that like a lot of people experience, and just like I don't know, I feel like my dad is just like very extra too. Like their overconsumption is fucking insane. And like I don't know, it just really puts it. Huh?
Do they listen to this?
My parents?
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, it's true though. Like it's a common factor though that like overconsumption is like a huge problem. You know, like Mac.bid, dude.
Sorry. True, Mac.bid.
If you hear Mac.bid, do not.
Don't look it up.
And
my dad has fallen victim to it
too. Do not fall victim to it. Is that bad to say? Is that bad to say that?
Hell no! I tell my dad every day he's a victim.
No, like what I was saying about my I'm like. It's just a fact. I literally tell him, dude, this is like a routine thing now. Like it's.
But my dad is addicted. Like
it's like a freaking social media app. Okay, yeah, me and you're both our dad both. It's
we need to get them together. I'm sure they would make some massive damage.
Bruh. But yeah. Anyways, I forgot where I was going with that. I don't even remember.
Oh, because you were talking about your dad's. We were talking about living in the suburbs, how like you know.
Oh yeah. I'm so incredibly sheltered, and like I think. At least I really, really hope that, like, through following my intuition and, like, with my job and, like, all of the moves that I've been making, that, like, it's going to get me to, like, where I ideally want to be is, like, to fully educate myself and, like, dive back into that passion. Because something that affects my self-confidence is the fact that I feel kind of ignorant. Like, I am not in the habit of, like, knowing what sources to go to and, like, just always having the news on my mind and, like, just constantly educating myself. Like I read at work, but like most of the time it's not like educational stuff besides my freaking plumbing and engineering handbooks. Like I've been reading The Wind and the Willows and the freaking Alice in Wonderland book right now. Like
that's totally fine. I think there's also something very important like finding things to read that aren't educational, like that just are like interesting to you.
But I also like write poems at work, and I like journal a lot, and I like really want to dive into that like part of myself, like writing, which was literally my major.
Yeah, and I don't think you should like discredit like your learning just because you're not learning things that like you think other people would find meaningful. Like you are reading and like
I suppose maybe I just haven't been in this sphere enough to like I just really criticize myself for like not everyone I know has graduated college and like has so much to like I value education so much, and like the fact that I haven't graduated
college. I'm sitting at home
college,
every single day smoking weed and like playing Roblox. I promise you.
Dude, you still
like,
need to show me how to play Roblox. I
yeah, I
cannot
know.
figure it
We
out.
haven't done that. But we there is no need to like beat yourself up over what could have been, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
or what was.
And I fully intend to
What once
like.
was. Yeah.
What once was. Literally letting go of what once was. You know, you're so right. I'm gonna use this to like finally let that go, because like it really makes me feel insecure. But like, this is like the last month that I'm. Okay, I don't want to like say too much.
Yeah.
But like, I will fully be able to like.
Abby's about to be a trillionaire, by the way.
I'm gonna put myself through school, and like I want to eventually get my PhD in psychology. Like I would love to have
like,
that to fall back on, quote unquote, like whenever I'm
whenever
I'm
so
older,
funny.
like to be just to have a therapist, have my own practice, you know, and
Even
I'll have the
professor.
funds to do that. And I want to be a philanthropist, dude. Like I want to buy shit in like St. Paul Square. Like I have plans, and like I feel like I'm kind of stepping into that position where I'll be able to fulfill those plans. Like instead of having a studio apartment downtown, dude, I'll be able to save up. You know, like. I feel like my dreams are bigger now than a house. I feel like they're like.
Do you think you want to live in San Antonio full time, or like the rest of
No,
your life?
I
Oh
wish.
no, you don't.
I
You went to
really,
Colorado.
ideally, I hope to like, I don't know. I want to stay at my job for as long as it like feels right. You know, it's like an amazing job. Like all my coworkers feel like a family, and like they really, really want me to succeed, and they like are more than willing to like help me walk into a very like abundant position. Like, which granted I like asked for, but like. I can't give myself all of the credit because like they have really helped encourage me, and like if I didn't have their support and help, then like I would not have been able to do it, because it is fucking scary. Like I would just go like to be a writer. Like I really want to write like children's books and stuff, like Charlie and Lola style, like picture
Love
books.
it,
And, like,
yeah.
dude, yeah. But I'm also like literally went to trade school for plumbing and motor maintenance. Like like literally.
Why can't you do both?
I can. This is the thing. I'm like having to like appreciate the duality of like who I am as a person, but I also desire to like become more educated when it comes to the world. Like literally, your travels have really opened my eyes to like how little I know too about like you were even talking about Hawaii. Like I didn't even know that like what the fuck was going on in Hawaii. You know,
True, Hawaii
I was just
was
like being so like
illegally
ignorant and being
annexed
like
by the
I
United
want to go
States.
to Hawaii. I've never been. I'm like, oh my god, I would have never said that out loud if I had known. But like, why do I not learn this stuff? Like,
I don't mean to be like the person that's like you can't go to Hawaii. I'm just saying like that you should
no, I
know what it
appreciate
means.
you
can go to Hawaii.
me.
You totally can. I just think it's important to understand like. I've been to Hawaii, like, you know, I can't say you can't go to Hawaii. I went to Hawaii, like,
yeah. You know, like... But I can choose somewhere better, more morally correct, you know, like, use that money wisely.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, I think that you can go to Hawaii and be respectful in Hawaii, and, like, you can, and there will be locals who will appreciate, you know, and there will be locals who won't, and, like, you know, they're equally valid in, like, their reaction and, like, and their feelings towards, like, people coming there.
Yeah.
Like, most important thing is to be respectful of the land, the culture, like the people, the natives, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I just think that there are other places you can go to, with obviously not an equal experience because it's in and of its own, but like amazing time and like beaches and that sort of nature. But yeah, I just think it's important to know the history. If you're gonna go, just like, you know the history more than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the queen, by the way, of Hawaii was overthrown by the U.S. government. Don't fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Okay, we can segue. What were you gonna ask me questions?
Yeah, but I forgot about what. Oh, your job.
Yeah.
But you don't want to talk too much about it, so we don't have to get into it.
Well, we can. I mean, I'll tell you whether or not I want to answer.
Oh yeah, true. You can say pass.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Abby. What is your official title at your job?
I'm a sales representative.
Okay, true. You don't say your job. You're a sales representative. And what does a sales representative do?
I am a manufacturer's rep for big factories like Weil, Vanos, Stancor. There's a lot of them. There's like
I'm sure I didn't even know a single
like
one that you
14.
named. So
Those are like the main three that we order like our stock from. That cause right now I'm like transitioning to be from secretary to
I'm gonna say let's start with what were
sales.
you? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's a huge promotion, no?
Yeah, it's been in the works. Backstory. I'm literally never talked about it. I get scared of people like hearing about it because I don't know how people will react. You know, like I'm scared that they're gonna be like, I don't know. I just like don't know how to receive. I guess like.
Is anyone out there clapping right now?
I'll clap for myself. It's honestly so crazy. I have business card and everything. My phone in the office says Abby
Exactly.
Oh my
Huge
God.
congratulations
All my
to
files
you.
have been transferred. Hashtag transferred, huh?
Yeah, so huge congratulations to you. It's something to talk about.
Thank you. Yeah. So, okay, basically, I was just, going through it last year. And I was having a lot of self-realization that I needed to do something about it. Like, I needed to make a plan for myself that would help get me out of... I guess this is on topic, too, about, like, letting go, like, what once was, is, like, being able to, like... If the podcast doesn't know, I'm sure they already know. I was engaged once before, and I, like, left my fiance, and I, like, hopped around from, like, living with, like, my mom and my grandma, and all the while I was working as a secretary at my current job, and, I was just going through a lot of tumultuous emotions, and, like, as one does, I had to think about what I was going to do about my future, like, what I wanted to do, how I was going to get out of, like, the mental state that I was in, you know what I mean, in, like, the most healthy way possible. And that's, like, when I started my podcast. Like, my podcast is also almost a year old. Literally, I started it last October, and I had bought this microphone when I lived in my first apartment, like, in 2021. Isn't that crazy?
Holy shit.
Like, I've been manifesting this shit since I started Starseed Treasures.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, your first apartment, that was the one in...
And off of Chase Hill Boulevard.
Yeah.
I miss living in an apartment. I can't wait to get one.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
But yeah.
It'll be a new opportunity to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah. So, at my job, I was just feeling a little bit stagnant. Like, I really loved where I worked. It was the first time I had a very healthy work environment, and I like, honestly, a very, would you call it, sedentary kind of, like, job, like, I have a lot on my mind all the time. It's a really good opportunity for me to be able to do things like,
you're still moving around. Maybe not sedentary. Maybe, like,
because, like, it's like yes and no. There's a lot of days where I'm very busy, like, hustling and bustling, and I have to go and, like, network, and I go and, like, I interact with customers, I have to answer the phones, and I have to, like, do all these things that take me hours, and, like, but some days, like, today, for example, I was able to, like...
You have a lot of solitude, maybe, a lot of time alone.
Yes, and I love that, especially having my own office, too, and I'll be able to, like, even though my current office is so decorated to myself, it is still, like, open space, basically, and, like, anyone can walk in, but, like, now it's like, I can shut the door if I want, you know what I mean? Like, It doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want, and I'm still getting paid. Like, I don't have to clock in or nothing. Bitch, like, that's crazy. But it also is, like, the thing I love the most... Oh, wait. Okay, I keep going off track. I want to talk about it now because it makes me excited to talk about, like, my current job. But, like,
exactly.
basically...
You should be excited to talk about it.
I wanted to push myself, and, like, I was writing in my journal... like, very often about how, like, I just felt like there's something I needed to do. I didn't know what it was, but I would, like, get the feeling. Like, I would just act on... I'm very much, like, I'll act on the spot if I, like, get the feeling that, like, oh, I, like, need to do this. And I was sitting at work, like, within that, like, time of... I don't know, I started living at my mom's at, like, July or, like, August, I think, of last year. And I was only there for a couple of months, but, like, I think it was still in that time. Or maybe when I was living with my grandma. I can't remember. It's, like, such a blur to me. But during that time, I was, like, really going through it, like, emotionally at home. So, like, a lot of my, like, peace and quiet came from my job. And I, like, really, really, like, found that sacred. And I was just sitting there one day, and I was like, OMG, wait. I should go ask Rick. Oh, did I find out my name drop?
It's only first name. It's chill.
Yeah. I mean, he's the president of the company. Like, whatever.
Let them know who he is.
Yeah, shout out. You want it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I go ask Rick if I would be willing to educate myself, like, on our product line and, basically low-key become, like, a plumber, kind of, or just, like, know what the fuck I'm doing to be able to interact with customers and sell the stuff. Like, I was kind of, like, giving myself a sales pitch to him because I thought that maybe, like, there is a lack of sales people, especially in, like, the sanitary sewage plumbing industry, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? Who even knows about that? Like,
not me.
It's so niche. But, like, it's not a bad place to be. I'll tell you what. And he said yes. And so I literally, like, researched a trade school, and I just did, like, a super short trade school, like, a extension service through A&M. And I became a pump and motor maintenance certified engineer.
Yes, you
basically.
did.
And from there, I've just been, trying to continue my studies, like, specifically on things like, submersible pumps, gas regulators, booster pumps, inline pumps, all the freaking pumps, basically, and, like, just understanding the basics of, like, how all the engineering works and like how to help people if things break, how to repair them, like what to know, like the voltage and the PSI and the GPM and all that nonsense. And so I talked with the management like after I finished my trade school, and we like set up a plan for the end of the fiscal year. That's whenever I would start being sales full time, and that's like would give me enough time basically to like prepare for like doing that. You know, like I work with my dad also, and he's literally been doing this for like over 30 years. Like he has his own company too. Like he be doing this stuff, like he knows how to do it, and so for him it's like the back of his hand, you know, but for me it's like learning a whole different language. Like
yeah,
I literally it's the most intimidating thing I feel as I've ever done, like even over like doing theater and stuff, because like this is like real, like if I say the wrong thing, if they put this in, like that is just so bad. Like it is so bad. You don't want that. Like you really want it to work, and there's just a lot of pressure, but I have the time and the ability to like know how to do it. I just have to be confident in that, like giving them that quote, and if they send me that purchase order back, it's just like, yes, it's a win, but it's also like I'm in fear until I like hear back from the customer like, yeah, we put it in, everything's good, thank you so much. And that takes months. Like it's like a really long process to like get this done, but like, you know, every day it's like, it's not like a hustle because there is only 3 of us, but like it's still fucking scary every time I take one anyways, because there's like, you know, that whole thing of like having to do it and like all over again. But in the long run, it like makes me really excited, and every time I do it successfully, it like makes me feel really excited, and like it makes me want to push myself even more, like my day-to-day life, and like I have to be so authentic and just like trust myself and like the real me, like this is the real me, like I'm able to like, you know, calculate all of these things and like, you know, like communicating with people over email like quickly, and having to like, you know, even I feel insecure about like my mannerisms, and like knowing that I'm like young and I'm a girl, and like people hearing me on the phone, like they immediately don't trust me as much as like a, you know, burly man who they're used to talking to, you know, like.
Do you feel like that pushes you more in your career?
Yes, it like makes me feel so scared, but like I'm in this position where I'm like, I kind of let go of my ego like a while ago, and like I'm kind of working through like having to trust myself even when I'm in uncomfortable positions, and I'm like, you know, shaking, and I'm like, you know, don't fully trust like what I'm saying, but like I just have to like trust my knowledge, and like that I've done it before, and that like what I'm saying is like okay, you know, like it makes sense, and they like still, you know, find me just as valid as they would like the other people who they talk to. Like I don't want to be like I'm the only one who does this, but like I do not see people my age, and like especially women like in the field, and it's just like that also makes me really insecure, just because like especially people walking in, you know, oh my gosh, like coming in and sitting in my office and speaking with me, like oh my god, I'm so scared, I'm literally so scared, but you know I have to, you know, trust my instincts, you know, and so
let them know you're a boss.
Yeah, I am a boss. I'm truly stepping into my leadership position, which is like...
And you're getting there, and you're working towards it, and I think that is, like, you know, a perfect example for this podcast. And, like, you know, you struggled a lot, and, like, you know, you went through a lot, and, like, you take accountability for that, and, like, I feel like you... Although you don't let that period of time define you, like, you embrace it, and, like, you understand, like, it made you the person you're today.
Dude,
I think,
for sure.
You overcame it, like, and I know there was people there along the way, but, like, a lot of it was really on your own, and, like, you know, I don't know if you appreciate that enough, but, like, you got yourself through, like, the hardest point in your life, and there goes Winston. and now you're at a point in your life where you're proud of yourself, you know, and, like, you have ambition, and, like, so much ahead of you, and so much potential, and, like, you know, like, it seems like nothing can stop you now, obviously. So, like, you know, it's really, really, really great to, like, see, like, where you were and, like, where you've come.
Thank you. Yeah, I shock myself every day, honestly. Like, the more that I, you know, have let go of, like I was saying, it's addictive almost, like, feeling bad for yourself. And, like, you know,
for sure.
wanting to,
it's
like...
easier to,
dude,
like,
I'm like...
make excuses when you feel bad for yourself.
Yes, like, literally for so long, like, I would get, like, periods of sadness, and, like, I always just fall back on, like, oh... Like, I'm always gonna be alone. Like, no one sees me. Like, when, like, bitch, like, everyone sees me. Like, I'm doing so well. Like, I literally just don't get out enough, I think. And, like, the more that I socialize and, like, you know, also being off of social media has been, like, kind of a shock to my nervous system almost. Like, that lack of, like, it almost is, like, a lot of validation that you get from, like, social media and, like, interacting with people and, like, having those connections that you wouldn't otherwise get. Like, I just saw Shaylin yesterday, and, like, I hadn't seen her forever, and we were just met up at OP Schnabel, like, both of us were on our way. I was going to the gym, and she was going back home from a lash appointment, but we were like, let's just hang out and smoke and like just catch up, you know.
That sounds like so.
And it was so nice, dude. Yeah, I was talking about you. Like, oh my gosh, I told you right that she wanted to sit in for the podcast. Like, she was like, I'll even sit in. To hang
if
out.
it was
like,
yesterday, yeah, that would
like
have been
those
awesome.
are the kind of relationships I treasure. You know.
Yeah, no, you don't. Just like as someone who appreciates like you and like the space you and habits.
Yeah, and she's seen me through like all of this. Whenever I still had Snapchat, she was like one of those people that I had like a fucking long streak with. We would always talk and like try to hang out. Like, we always try to make plans, but she works so much and I work so much, and that's also a problem, is that like I'm scared of, you know, I'll work just as much as I do now, but you know, I think it's important to like not, I don't know, take my job home maybe, or just like I fear that I tend to like take on a lot, you know, and like I fear the pressure is gonna affect me in a way that's like unhealthy for my mental health, but like I need to trust myself that like it's gonna be okay, you know?
For sure. I mean, you've already acknowledged it, like that's the very first step. Like now you can like start, you know, like preparing for that.
Yeah. Like
taking like the necessary steps, like, you know, just always be aware, like maybe just always ask yourself before you do something, like, can I actually do this?
Yeah, that's why I've been like really trying to fall back on like my old studying habits and like what makes me feel comfortable, and like, you know, these things have worked before, you know, and like if I, you know, can feel comfortable enough knowing that like, okay, I can memorize something, and like I know that if someone asks me a question, I'll probably think about it and I'll probably tell them the right thing. It makes me feel more confident, you know. But like also, since I've been like cramming like that, it gives me more anxiety too, because it's the only thing on my mind. So I've actually been going outside more, like during my lunch break and just like in between like moments whenever I'm like doing a lot.
Like no music.
Yeah, literally just I have a lawn chair that I keep in the warehouse. Yeah. And I literally just sit there and I have my sunglasses on and I was just like
soaking up the sun.
Yep, it was amazing, and no one was coming out. It was so nice. It's also what I love about my job, is that it's so like quiet and peaceful, and like I can do shit like that. It's really nice. Really nice. This is what I wear to work. Like,
I know you look super awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
Was that from Cotton On?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have been getting into that recently. Like, well, not so much in San Antonio, because like, you know, you have to drive everywhere. But like, when the latter end of my time in Philly, I was like, I would always listen to music. Like literally in between. Like I'd be walking from class to class. I'd be like 15 minutes in between like blocks of when class period starts. Like sometimes I'd have a class from like 10:15, 11:45, then a class at noon, you know? And like I'd plug in my headphones like all the time. And like, you know, I started to like, you know, just not plug in my headphones, like, you know, just appreciate, maybe not even appreciate, just like kind of be aware, like in the moment, like what's going on. You know, like hear the conversations, you know, not understand them, just hear people around me talking, you know, the things that are going on in the cars. Like, I think it's very, very nice sometimes to just be present in the moment. And like, you know, I don't really do it too much here, because if I'm driving, like, to sit in silence while driving is absolutely miserable.
But like, also the car is like a time to have fun too. Like, since I've been carpooling so much, I always like today I noticed my mood was like literally I was on such a fucking high whenever I was going to work.
Let's get trendy, bro.
Huh?
Nothing. I wonder if anybody ever did it. Let's get trendy.
Let's get trendy?
Oh, sorry, let's get trendy. God damn it. Get trendy, bro.
Where is that from?
I don't know. I saw it on TikTok.
Oh, I'm not on
We should just go back and forth with our TikTok after a little bit.
Wait, what?
Like
I'm not on TikTok.
I know. I'll just reenact every TikTok I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. But oh my gosh, what were we talking about? Something about social media.
Okay, so let's get Cindy, dude. Oh, because you're like how you're hype, like your fucking emotions are hype. Carpooling.
Oh yeah, on my way to work, literally just because I was like listening to music in my own car and dancing, and like the sun was rising, and
you didn't carpool today?
Yeah, no, because I had to meet up with someone after work.
Oh yeah, true.
Give them the candles. And tomorrow too, I have an appointment in the morning before work, and then an appointment after work too. So I'm driving myself.
Before work? Did you be at work at like?
Yeah, but I just told whenever I got my last doctor's appointment, I scheduled an appointment like 2 weeks, I think, ahead of time, and I just let her know. I'm just gonna come in late.
That's not okay.
No, yeah.
Ever.
It's totally fine.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, trying to keep up with my health, even though it literally is scary. But I love my doctor. Her name's Heidi. Shout out.
I've met a lot of awesome Heidis in my life.
Yeah, she's so awesome. So nice. Like, I'm not even nervous or anxious around her, which is like an odd case, but I literally searched high and low for a doctor that just gave me the vibe that like, okay, maybe I'll go there.
And
I was right. I was right. Even the freaking medical assistant, I can't remember her damn name, but it's crazy. I had gone to the gym the night before and I found this sticker and it said, "Don't worry, be happy," and it's on my purple like cup. And I put it on my purple cup because I saw it on the freaking floor and I was doing headstands in like the little like bike cycle area when there's no one in there and like the lights off. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. Like I was kind of feeling, one of those down periods. That's when I do yoga because it kind of makes me feel like I'm a slave girl. Yeah. Like I do so many crazy things. And then the next day I went to my doctor's appointment and she opened up her laptop, medical assistant, and she had the same sticker on her laptop. I was like, Heidi! And we had literally just talked about, she asked me if I had done any recreational drugs. I was like, I mean, yeah, I smoke weed. She was like, girl, I don't blame you. I'm from Chicago. Like all talking to me. Like I was like, oh, okay. So we just had that conversation too. I was like, girl, like this is a sign. Like that's crazy that you have all these stickers. And then my doctor's amazing. And then, oh my gosh, 10 out of 10 experience. But I fear since really I had a good experience the first time, I don't know. Doctors make me nervous because I don't like go enough, and so. Yeah,
that can be scary. No, it's very scary. Yeah. But also the overconsumption of medicine is very scary. Like I'm someone who I used to. I haven't gone to the doctor in a while. I used to go to the doctor a lot, like for every little tiny thing, and like the overconsumption of medicine can be like equally scary because then like I would think every little thing is something big,
Yeah. But yeah, I don't even know why I was talking about that. Because I was calling in. Well, I didn't even call in. It's literally on the calendar. Abby doctor's appointment.
What time you come in?
It's at 7:40, and so it was really far from my work. It's freaking like 40-minute drive, but that was during traffic time, so I don't know. I don't even know how long the appointment will be, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter what time I get there, as long as I get there.
It's going like 1.
Well, I'm not going to take advantage of my situation.
No, I was kidding. Well, maybe noon.
What would I even do? Waste my time? I'd rather get paid. And literally just
hustle.
Still do the same thing. Exactly.
True, I'm going to hustle tomorrow.
Exactly.
I'm going to go like buy Pokemon cards or something.
Heck yeah.
Open them on TikTok Live.
Open them on TikTok Live!
What are we doing now?
Am I missing out on TikTok?
No. Not really.
Did I tell you I permanently deleted my personal like Diva Girl 333 account?
On Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. You're done with TikTok forever?
Instagram, yeah. I still have Starseed Treasures, but like I reactivated it because I was like, I've been back on Starseed Treasures for like a little less than a week, but I still like just don't like the constant stimulation from social media. It really just like makes me feel kind of not like sick. It's just like it's a huge difference in my nervous system from like the usual like not having that much stimulation. But I've done it intentionally because like as someone with like ADHD and I get like very overstimulated, like the less stimulation I give myself with like so much I really need to focus on and actually like lock in on, the better for me. And I'm glad that I did that. But when I got back on my account, literally I had it for a couple minutes. I was like, ugh, like I don't know if I'm ready for this. Like I think it kind of makes me like scared because I feel like anytime I go back, like it just didn't feel like me anymore. Like everything on my account was just like, I don't know. I just don't want people to see me, I guess, in that way because I like don't really like to share anymore. Like what I'm up to, just because I'll feel ready whenever I'm like
whenever you are.
When I want to share, you know. And if people really want to see, they'll watch my vlog channel or they'll listen to my podcast, you know? Yeah. And so, like, they're your outlets right there. There's literally no excuse.
There's no excuse to not see what Abby or hear what Abby's up to, yeah.
Literally. Yeah. Oh, I'm so proud of us. We did so good. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Or did you have any more questions?
I guess we can end it with one last question.
Okay.
I bet you want to talk about your job still that you're talking about?
No, we can talk about whatever.
We can end it on what are you... I don't actually know. I don't want to ask a question. I'm bad at asking questions.
No, what are you going to ask?
I'll just say, what are you excited for next week?
Next week? Okay, let me think about my planner right now.
Because it's a good segue.
I'm doing... Ooh, I guess I can actually shout out my business, too. I am doing a market at Apartment 144 with my Kindle business, Starseed Treasures, and I'm also going to have, like, lighter sleeves and I'm print out new ones. So the designs are going to be a little secret, but I'll tell you after.
Very, very exciting. I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah, and I kind of
want a leather candle.
Oh my gosh, yes, I still have more.
Perfect.
I have some more of that. I feel like I want to make more, but I don't know. I might just sell what I have because I just still do have a lot. But yeah, I'm doing a market on Thursday. What do I have? I wish I had my planner in front of me because I really rely on that like so heavily. I am doing a market this Saturday too.
We're at St. Paul's?
Oh no, I am doing St. Paul Square the 28th though.
Okay.
My market I was going to do last Sunday just got moved. Well, I got to choose whatever weekend I wanted to do this month, but I chose the last weekend.
Oh, for St. Paul Square? The one that I
Yeah.
got closed for the rain?
Yeah. Honestly, next week though, I'm excited to continue renovating my office. That's something that's like a really, really slow work in progress, but I think I like need to actively just do more so it feels more like real for
Abby.
me, you
Oh,
know?
that,
Yeah,
okay.
so I can actually have an office that I like a space that I like whenever I start doing it full time.
Definitely, I think it's very important to like make sure the environment that you're in is like very good for like a kickstart, or like even not even a kickstart, just like your attitude at all times.
Yeah, and we're gonna have like some big meetings too, like regarding like how we're gonna change things up and like
They
me
should buy you a
stepping
Herman
in.
Miller chair.
I really want to get a crisscross chair.
They're on sale right now on TikTok apparently.
I don't want to buy anything off of TikTok Shop.
True, I got scammed the one time I bought
Yeah,
something on
heck
there.
no. I'm gonna look on Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like to look in the future anymore because I'm kind of in this position where I'm like, let's take it right back to the podcast, huh? I'm really trying to let go and not be as controlling because like my planner is a way I like don't control. It's more like I'm able to not think about stuff like remembering stuff because I am quite forgetful. That I still can like make plans with people and like stick to them by doing that, you know. But yeah, who knows? The world's my oyster. I don't know what I'm gonna do next week, but
True.
do another podcast.
That's what I was hoping you would say.
But yeah, and study more. Hopefully next week I can like be a freaking pro at all the stuff I wrote on my card. You can help me study.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe we can also change your oil.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's something you can be excited for next week.
I just wrote that on my to-do list too. Wow.
We need to go to YouTube University.
Yes, sir. What are you excited for?
Next week, I am excited for, and I'm so excited, because you didn't even mention it, which is crazy. I'm going to Austin.
Oh my freaking god! I did forget about that.
I'm going to Austin,
shit,
baby.
Yes. Well, shout out Soul Ajar because Heather also has a freaking podcast, dude.
Oh, really?
Yes. After I started, not to be like I inspired her, but like, she did tell me that I helped inspire her to start her podcast.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
I'm so glad to hear
and
that.
she has a YouTube channel too, and she vlogs too.
That's
and she
awesome.
lives in Austin.
Shout out Heather.
Yes, shout out freaking Heather Stewart. She's Heather Stewart on YouTube, and she's Soul's Ajar on Spotify. I don't know if she's on all of the. Look her up on everything, but she sold Ajar for sure on Spotify. And oh my gosh, I love her so much. It's gonna be I think her 24th, maybe her 25th birthday.
Oh,
And
damn, stories, basically.
yeah, she's just a year above us.
Yeah.
And she's Bob's, my mom's boyfriend's daughter, and we've been good friends for like years and years. And I had visited her in Austin a couple of times, and it was like such a good experience. And I got an Airbnb. It's literally someone's house, I think, and I just rented like a room. It was like $140 something for like the whole weekend, which is a sleigh. And I mapped the place that the party's gonna be at to see how close I could get. And it's 12 minutes away from the party venue, so it like will be so good.
That's very nice. Yeah.
And I really want to venture around Austin, like go to Zilker and like Zilker Park,
I don't know.
Confluence Park.
No one from Austin heard us.
No one from Austin.
Let's go to Ladybird Lake.
We can go wherever.
That
like, I literally just want to have like a little weekend away because I'm under a lot of pressure right now.
Yeah.
And oh my god!
It'll be very, very, very fun.
Yeah,
I
it'll be
can't wait for
so
it.
much fun. The road trip. Oh my god.
Yeah, sure, the 1.5
The
hours.
snuggle, the
The
freaking
Buc-ee's.
the Buc-ee's, bro.
Wow. We have a lot of beaver nuggets.
We do have a lot
already.
of beaver nuggets, but we can get those chopped sandwiches that look so damn
Yes,
good.
or banana pudding.
Heck yes! Heck yes!
It's very, very good. And there's good barbecue in Austin.
Heck yeah.
So we get some good barbecue. We can,
Go to some bookstores.
for sure, go to a bookstore
I
too.
really want to find a new tarot deck, or like see if one comes to me, like an oracle deck or something.
True, someone has to gift you one, right?
Not specifically gift, like you can't purchase one. It's more just like it comes to you. You feel called. You don't just like I guess pick it out. It's more like intuitive. But you know, my mom did just give me that mushroom deck.
So you
out of
can buy
nowhere.
one?
You can. I haven't. Did I purchase? I think I did actually purchase my cat tarot deck from. Maybe I
But
might
whenever you
have
said
got it
you're like,
from
I want to look for a new tarot deck, like, doesn't that mean you have to purchase it?
Well, I want to intuitively like put it out there that like I do want I seek more. And you totally can buy them. It's more just like intuitive. Like, it'll
True.
feel right.
If someone
you
randomly
know?
walked in the street and was like, I don't know why, I just feel compelled to use my tarot deck right now, like, would you take it?
100%. I would, like, continue talk to them. Or, like, I don't know, try to get something back.
And what if they're like, stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Whoa, I don't know. I'd give the tarot deck back then.
No, they're like, it's yours now.
I don't know how I feel about that question.
Every card was death.
Okay. I don't like this. I don't like this.
This is like that scary creature I sent. The sticker.
No. Oh my gosh. Awful, awful. Today, actually, I, like, felt called to look up the card of the Chariot. And it was, like, pushing through, like, obstacles and... I don't remember, actually. I wish I had... Can I look it up on your phone?
Yeah.
Because I was like, I feel like my life is in motion as fuck right now. And I'm honestly kind of... not, like, scared, but... I told you about the experience I had the last time I used my tarot deck. I can't find it. Like, I literally don't know where it is. It, like, it's gone. And I've actively, like, looked for it. It literally says, the Chariot Tarot card is all about overcoming challenges and gaining victory through maintaining control of your surroundings. This perfect control and confidence allows the charioteer to emerge victorious in any situation. I literally wrote, I am victorious as one of my affirmations today. The use of strength and willpower are critical in ensuring that you overcome the obstacles that lie in your path. The Chariot message comes to make you stronger as you strive to achieve your goals. The key message is that he brings to you is that you must maintain focus, confidence, and determination through a process that will be full of winding turns and detours. Okay, your boldness will ensure that you achieve all that you should in this goal. Okay, yeah, so my brain is like on the...
On Chariot path.
Literally, yeah. Thank you. But yeah...
I'm looking for a random tarot card generator.
Random tarot card generator. I wish I had mine with me, but it'll come to me.
I'm just gonna see what it gives me. I got the Wheel of Fortune. I feel so lucky.
Oh my gosh!
What is that good?
Yes! I've been telling you, Hunter, you have so much goodness coming to you. Like, this time of, like, hermiting is gonna be so good for you, you know? And you're just gonna emerge as, like, a big, beautiful butterfly for, like, the jillionth time. I feel like you always, like, re-emerge and, like, constantly grow as a person, which is, like, an amazing trait to have, you know? But it does get hard.
Cannot wait. Luck in careers.
Look at you.
Opportunities present, adapting to changes at work. So I'm gonna become the CEO.
Dream big. The world is your oyster.
Also, upright Wheel of Fortune, when it comes to your way to your finances, it also suggests change. Be ready to adapt whatever comes your way.
There you go.
Hopefully good. And, like, that's low-key true, because, like...
Yeah. Yes.
It's empty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yes. Good news ahead.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
$1 billion.
Dude, $1 billion, $1 trillion.
If I had $1 trillion, I would give away.
I was going to say donate. Well, pay off my debt and, like, you know, set up my family and everything, then donate the rest.
Yeah, I would give you like $100.
Give me $100.
I'll give you $10,000. I'll give you $10,000 every single hour for the rest of your life.
You know, as deserved.
Every hour.
Well, you would, you know, lose all of your money though.
No.
No?
Now the trillion. I don't think so. Definitely not. Let's go. $10,000 times 365. That's only 3 point. No, my God. No. That's only. I'm so stupid. That's only $3.6 million a year. I'll give you more than that. I'll give you $100,000 a day.
Thank you. Okay, should I end the podcast?
Yeah, I'm done talking to these fools.
Okay, well, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you next time on Divine FM.
We out.